I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow scions finish their investigations. I do not imagine it would be much longer. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please, come with this one. This one would love to go with that one. In Final Fantasy VI, I tended to favor the random classes like Gao and Mog. I think Mog might have been my favorite. He would learn different like dances after he battled in every biome. And so if you battled in the desert, you'd learn like the dance of the desert. Or if you battled in the forest, you'd learn the forest dance. And so like it's a little blue magey, but once you like start the dance, a bunch of random things happen. And I'm a big fan of randomness. Like it's my favorite mechanic. I'm trying to think. Yeah, like the Dancer class in Octopath Traveler has a special ability where they just make random things happen. And I did play a little bit of Octopath Traveler 2. We still haven't beaten it. And I kind of want to go back to it. I got distracted by other releases. I think mainly Elden Ring. But that was a good time. Hello. Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for the touched ones. But yeah, I have a hard time beating JRPGs. I don't know what it is. It's like you forget enough of the story that you're like, I should probably just start from scratch. But there's no way you can maintain interest along as much as you did. You start from scratch because you're like, oh, I've seen this before. Leave me alone, Dream Toad. You played Final Fantasy VI like 4 times, start to finish. I've played it start to finish twice and only beat it once. Like the boss fight, like the final fight is really kind of hard. And that's one of the things that stops me from playing JRPGs is you get to a point where they're like, you need to grind for a few levels. I don't like that. It doesn't work for me. And so then I tend to abandon the game. So I've played a number of games that got me to like the very end and I'm like, oh, I'm done. This one is sorry, but this one can go no further. Drive. Do you mind? I was wondering how that was going to play out. I was like, can I have a conversation while just getting slapped? The final boss was too easy last time you played because all your characters were like level 60 and over. Yeah. See, I'm not the type to do like 100% runs. I have to like just beeline the main story or I'll lose interest. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to the Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like the touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here. To the south. Go in safety, Walking One. And the level recommendation is like 30 and 40. Those sound so low. Here's a pro tip that you probably already know because you sound like a pro. But if you're playing Final Fantasy VI, in the first half of the game, keep is it Celeste? Celeste. Keep her in the main party. Because when in the second half of the game, every character's level will be based off of her level. And so if you make her one of your main characters early on, you'll have an easier time in the second half of the game. Ah, it's so good. I really want to play a Final Fantasy VI randomizer, but I think it would be so hard to find everything. Like I would like to inject some new flavor into the game, but at the same time, I feel like that would make the game way too hard. But this is Final Fantasy XIV. Is this Final Fantasy XIV only grind game you haven't heard? And you didn't know the level trick? Oh. Ta-da! I would say this game is not a grindy game. There was only one part that happened like one time that was grindy. Hang on, I can't cancel this talk? No. Okay, I'm gonna finish this talk and then I'll talk about it a little more. So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment I thought you were dealing with another one of those confounded self-tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc in their skin-changing magics. Oh, thank you for the follow, Zinzi. It's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ishtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. Impersonating me? That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble, so... At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramuh was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetheryte. Come, old, the Lord of Levin awaits. Whew. But yeah, Final Fantasy XIV is not very grindy. From what I see, you never have to grind except for one point, and we might avoid it this time. So, in Heaven's Ward, there's this part where you get stuck at level 60, I think. And until you, like, progress into Heaven's Ward. And so, like, once you hit Heaven's Ward, there's this place where you get to... in the story where it's like you have to be like level 68 or something, and you get stuck for a little bit grinding. But we're on like a lower population server with double experience, so we might not have to deal with that this time around. And also, if you ever change classes, you have to grind them up, which we might have to deal with. We're gonna turn into a healer class, Astrologian, as soon as we get to Heaven's Ward. And they start at level, at level 30. And so we will have to do some grinding there, and I'm probably going to do it off stream. Just run a bunch of dungeons, and then pile up all the job quests so I can do them on stream one after another. That should be fun. Oof, red cabbage is so much worse than green cabbage. And yet it finds its way into every single salad.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Yeah? My God, your beard, it's glorious.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
That's fair, I guess.
Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Oh, dang. No pressure.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
For the record, I did hear the question. I will answer just as soon as the story parts are over.
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Whew. Alright, so you ask, what kind of games do I usually play? And the answer is all of them. Basically, any of the best games available are the games you'll typically find me playing. Like, tonight we're going to be playing Forza Horizon 4, which I hear is the best racing game that ever was. And I kind of agree. I played it a little bit already, and I'm excited to play it again. But there are a few games that like I kind of favor. Like I always have like a cozy game in the mix. Usually just because most weeks that I need time to like chill out. Maybe that'll change after my kids are grown and moved out. But I also like, you know, good action games. Like I'm extremely looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds when it comes out. I tend to like turn-based strategy games a lot. Like roguelike deck builders and the like. Things like Slay the Spire and Fights in Tight Spaces. Let's see. This month, I think the game I'm looking most forward to is, I want to say it's called Critter Cafe. Like there's a bunch of cozy games coming out. That one seems like the most interesting. Temtem Swarm is also coming out this month. I'm looking forward to that one. Which is kind of like a Vampire Survivors like, which I've been looking for a good one of those, and I really like Temtem. But, like, the truth is, I play all games. Like, maybe it's my severe ADHD, but, like, I really, really just like playing any variety of game. Alright, let's queue up. I should have done that before I started talking. Average wait time, 5 minutes. But yeah, the new XCOM games were like high on my list of games I really liked. I liked Middle-earth Shadow of War quite a lot, and I'm really looking forward to Wonder Woman, which has had zero news. But I imagine it's gonna play a lot of the same way. There seems to be a big fight over there. Did somebody die? Let's go spy on what's happening over here. But yeah, I secretly... Kafifi? Oh, the little baby boars are fighting him. You can do it, baby boars. What other games do we play? I've been keeping an eye on Rogue Core for Deep Rock Galactic, which is like a roguelike version of of Deep Rock Galactic. Like, I'm excited for that to come out. If it has a better like single player, I'll be very excited for it. Because I used to play a lot more squad games, things like Valheim, Deep Rock Galactic, and then like one of my squad got very, very ill, and so he stopped coming to games, and then like another one of my squad recently had a baby. My response to that was becoming a streamer, and that's. I was like, this seems like a good time. Like, I always had like a 4-man squad in my back pocket. But with the majority of my friends wandering off... Excuse me, violent snarl. It doesn't have to be like this. But like, I don't have a favorite genre of game, really. Oh, that paralysis is fun. We'll spy on the pig boy from over here. Or will we? Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Let's see, what else do we play? I need a new game. I've been playing a lot of a game called Link, Banner of the Spark, and I've decided I don't like it. Like, it's not that I don't like it, like, everything's well implemented, the gameplay is good, but it kind of feels like I'm playing the tutorial of a game, of a good game, and by the time the main game unlocks, I don't think there'll be any game left. Because it's like 40% done and like in early access, so like by the time I get to the end of it, it'll be over at the end of the tutorial. And so like, while it's a good, like objectively a good game, I'm just like, I don't want to do this. So next week I need to think of something new to put on. And what do you think that should be, Kitty? Are you saying meow? Something with cats. Well, that's a good point. I've been thinking of like playing Potionomics again. Or maybe Battle Chef Brigade. Just some like old classics. But let's see, like games that came out like yesterday. We've got Trash Goblin. Sengoku Dynasty just hit 1.0. I need to like do my research on that one, see if it was good. I wanted to play that on release like a year ago, but it just didn't seem like it was there. It didn't seem ready yet. Can I just hang out up here? I can't. I can wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Can I hang out on this mushroom? No. It is not a solid mushroom. Can I hang out up here? What about up here? That chocobo is funny. Isn't he the best? There we go. Yeah, I bought the collector's edition of this game when it came out like 10 years ago. And so like my mailbox is full with like promotional things. And it's like, as an apology for an outage we experienced in 2013, here's, I don't know, Cloud Strife's pajamas. And I'm like, okay, that's neat. For example, I've got an onion hat. Isn't it beautiful? Gotta put on the full gear again. Maybe this is a good time to figure out how materia works. Do I have any materia slots? How would I know? I don't know, I've never needed materia. I do feel like a weird social anxiety when it comes to playing dungeons and trials and stuff like that, where like I really don't want to be the guy who messes it up for everyone. But at the same time, I also don't like pay attention to like half the mechanics. It's just kind of kinda how I do. Where's my sit? Sit on the ground. We'll chill up here. Are we the only ones here today? I hear the queues on this server are particularly long. I don't know if it's this server's problem, or if it's the fact that I'm playing at 5:46 a.m. But I have had queues last like half an hour before. When we did Thorn March for the first time, it lasted half an hour and then nobody actually queued up. I had to go to work. I've got time this time. Made sure to get started extra early. I was like, if I go quickly, we might be able to fight Ramuh. But then we went through like 12 quests that were like, talk to them, talk to them, talk to them. Getting a little bored of the ongoing refugee crisis though. Like, it is not the most exciting aspect of Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, the politics are important. Story building and world building and all that. But I will be excited when it's no longer a problem. Just chilling. This is the thing I don't like about the warrior is this constant like aura I've got going on. I wonder if I could disable that aura specifically. I'd be worried about like disabling too much by trying to find out. I'm like just casually sitting here like, ugh, filled with so much rage. Most warriors are powered by the fiercest of boredoms. One of my videos is exploding on YouTube. I recently made like a small video essay about my first year as a VTuber. And it seems that last night that video finally found its audience. The way YouTube videos work is it'll first show it to like 100 people that it's pretty confident are going to like your stuff. And if enough of them like it, then it'll look for, like, the next 1,000 people. And after that, if enough people like it from that, it'll, like, start looking for strangers who would like your stuff. And we just hit the phase where it found strangers who like my stuff. And so I think we're probably gonna find a lot of new friends. Like, I'm genuinely curious if anyone is here because they saw that one particular video. Oh, hi, kitty. You're a good kitty. I know, you are a good kitty. You have 3,000 hours in this game and have never knew you could be up here? I'm a little surprised myself. If we weren't waiting for Ramuh, I wouldn't have discovered this either. But it's pretty nice up here. I gotta say, for like a 7,000-year-old game, like, this environment's kinda nice. it's especially strange because, like, I don't think they had verticality in A Realm Reborn. Like, I didn't... Did they? Like, I unlocked flying mounts, obviously, at some point during this quest, or, like, the main story quest line. But I don't think flying mounts were introduced until, like, Heavensward, right? Because that's where all the dragons were, and there were a lot of, like, things like spirit aethers or, like, collectibles that you needed to be able to fly to find. So there's no good reason to be here. Honestly, we could just go to the Golden Saucer. The trouble is, if I go to the Golden Saucer, I'll never come back. The Golden Saucer is secretly, like, my favorite thing to do here. You can't watch because it's way past late and don't want to piss off your roommate, but you've earned a follow from you? Oh, thank you. I will be playing tonight at a more reasonable time. Except we're going to be playing Forza, which, you know, completely different vibe, completely different genre. But it's the best racing game in the world, I hear. I'm a complete amateur, but it should be fun. Anyway, thank you, Sval. I'll check you out, too. Because your name is Sval Streams, which implies that you stream. Or at least attempted to. And I'm small enough that I tend to stalk my followers. Is that weird? I do that. But, like, every time I get a follow, I'm like, are you a streamer too? Because, like, about 1 in 6 people who follow me are probably a streamer. It's actually kind of like a weird environment. Like, I don't know where the majority of normal human beings are. I imagine they're probably just playing video games on their own and not watching people play video games. I mean, I used to do that. I used to have kind of like a snobby attitude about streamers. I was like, why would I watch somebody else play a video game? And then I had kids and my hands were literally full. And I was like, I really need video games, but, like, I can't pick up a controller right now. And then I started watching streamers and I was like, these guys are actually pretty entertaining. Stanimus, howdy. Howdy, Stanimus. How are you today? I was worried there for a second that, like, my YouTube streaming wasn't working. Can I hang out on this lamp? The answer is no. Not on the mushroom either. Is there any higher building? What if... Is there like a branch or something? These are... Oh, can't fly higher. What about this branch? It's fake. Doing good, looking for some FF streams to hang out in. Mine's alright. We also follow somebody, I believe her full stream name is Sandra's Corner Cafe. We play Final Fantasy every single Friday at 4:30 a.m. our time, Central. And, like, maybe more. If, like, we run out of games to play, I'll throw in some more Final Fantasy streams. Sandra, I think, plays 3 times a week. And she is way farther than me. But yeah, I'm currently working on a project, Final Fantasy XIV the movie, where I'm making 12-hour long videos of Final Fantasy content. Basically, I'm just stitching a bunch of streams together until they make giant videos. And I'm going to put them in a giant playlist. And ideally, we get all the way through, like, Dawn Trail. And that's like 360 hours of content. So if you ever wanted to just put a YouTube playlist on for a week and have it run in the background of your life, you can. And so that's the goal. Like, we're just doing the main story. We've been queued up for 18 minutes now. What other special stances do I have? Can I water float? I can. I don't have a visor. Change votes? There we go. But, yeah. I like to think I'm entertaining enough to hang out with. There are bigger experts in Final Fantasy XIV than me. But I can talk about lots of other things. Got a fun project at work. Nah, I shouldn't talk about that. There's legal issues involved. I work as a financial software engineer, and like legal issues can be... They're always entertaining. For example, one time we got accused of being super prejudiced against the Irish. And that was because we had a database error where somebody didn't sanitize their database inputs, and any apostrophe would break the database. And those who don't know, if you put an apostrophe in a database, that is supposed to be a comma. Or, sorry, a comment. And it can cause database errors. And so, like, people with Irish names like O'Hare or O'Malley, they were getting kicked out of the database, and it looked like we didn't want to do business with them. And so we got investigated by the government. They're like, why do you hate the Irish? And we're like, we don't. We just hate good programming practices. That was a long time ago. We've come a long way. And hired a lot better people. Like, I started with my company, like, way back when it was, like, a startup. And there was this phase where we just hired literally anybody. Like, we were making too much money, had no idea what to do. And so we hired anybody who had something resembling experience. And they made a lot of stupid mistakes. But still, we were making so much money so fast, it all worked out in the end. Alright, where am I going? Can it be daytime in this game yet? Is there someplace cool to hang out? You can spy on all the people coming to fight Mog. Hey, you look familiar. Fline. That's a cat girl name if I ever heard one, but she looked like a dragoon. Can we go buy a house? No, not from here. Pure Hajj. I like him. Like, this particular Lalafell doesn't look... Sunvul. Oh. I see what you're doing here. Looking exactly the same. You're not a real person. Here comes a surprise Lalafell. Apex Buck. Now you're gonna disappear. Yep. Alright. Who's buying Gil? From our good friend Apex Buck. There you go. APV tan. And to think, like, I was just about to, like, compliment, like, their looks. Like, I feel like every Lalafell looks a little goofy. And these Lalafells actually look kind of serious. It's probably, like, the default Lalafell skin. But I was like, hey, you look like a serious Lalafell, and I've never met one of those. I was getting so excited. But of course it turned out to be, I don't know, some gold scam. I guess they're not really scams. It's like one of those things that doesn't technically feel wrong. I mean, the logging off and on suddenly seems a little weird. Hey, Gabos. Mind if I join you? Trying to get a good camera angle. There we go. I do like the goblins. I'm very curious what their face actually looks like. Like, I want to believe that they've got, like, this giant bulbous nose, like in those gas masks. But I'm guessing, like, they actually look like goblins, and that's kind of like a plague doctor kind of mask, and so their nose doesn't actually fill it. But yeah, picturing what the goblin looks like inside of there is actually a little disturbing. Because I imagine they don't look great. Yeah, with the outfit they do. Can I get a goblin mask? Is that a piece of glamour I can acquire? Because if so, that would be cool. Alright, time elapsed 27 minutes. It just keeps going. I want to find like a real human being, just so I know that they exist. Anybody out here? Well, it's official. Final Fantasy XIV, the most popular MMO, is officially dead. Well, I'm glad you could join me on this journey. It's been a lot of fun. It's over, guys. Let's go home. I'm kidding, of course. Final Fantasy XIV will never die. It might be just this server. I am curious, like, if I left and hopped on, like, another server, if I just visit another data center, do I get to do this, quicker? Let's go to Old Gridania and see real human beings. Like Flinny. Hello, Flinny. You know, I haven't been a Lancer in a long time. Way back when the game first came out, you know, I agonized over who I was going to be for the longest time. And I settled with Lancer, and I had a lot of fun with it, but that was like 15 years ago. I feel like I haven't played it since. I always start as like a new class. Last time I was a paladin, and I had a great time. The first time I really got into the game. And I think a lot of it is just how good paladins look. And the gameplay is a little bit more engaging. You get to like run around looking cool, but also you have to like think slightly while you're playing. By think, I mean you turn tank stance on, and then you get yelled at for not going fast enough. That's not true. Nobody yells at you in Final Fantasy XIV. It's the nicest community. I think it's because a lot of normal human beings play Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I'm not saying, like, normal human beings don't play video games. They do. They're just not always playing video games like us. And so you get people who actually have regular social interaction with real human beings. And they're like, oh, no, everything's fine. That's no big deal. They get that, I wanted to call it like population density politeness. Like a lot of people would probably imply that that thing doesn't exist. But I think people in like big cities like New York and Boston and things like that, where they're or Philadelphia, where they're stereotypically rude. I don't think like the majority of people from those places are rude. They might seem rude to other people. But I think like the general idea is like you don't talk to strangers and you mind your own business, and it's shocking when somebody doesn't. But that kind of thing happens all over. Wow, that's a cool outfit. Where do you get that coat? It's pretty. Oh, and it's just a good white mage getup. Like that's the white mage pinup edition look. Or addiction. I suppose you could have an addiction to pinups. Is it a hoodie? Like, that's the only thing that's going to attract points from the white mage cosplay. Like, the color is accurate, like, it's a beautiful robe. But, like, without the hoodie, it doesn't feel complete. Still, probably the best white mage glamour I've ever seen. What do you got? Just wearing a blue coat? I like that. Chamu chamu. Very nice. I can see why I'm not queuing up for any dungeons. There is nobody in the world on. See, I want to judge this guy, but like, to be honest, I've been thinking of wearing the same thing. I'm trying to like stay thematic. I want to look like I belong in the universe, though. Like, I don't want to like be here in shorts and a t-shirt, despite that being what I'd wear in real life. And I think there is a nice cable knit sweater. There's a big bushy beard item too. Aha, here's somebody new. Miyoshi. I do like a good flamenco dress. The corset seems a bit much and a little bit tight. Breathe, Miyoshi. Cho wow. Azalea Jane. Hey, that's a cool name. I'll take it. Now let's see. If I was gonna be flower name, first name, what would be a good one? Tulips McGee. Rolando. Rolando. It is I, Rolando. Shoot, we might have to go to Limsa to see people. How come people don't want to hang out in Gridania? I gotta say, it does look a little vacant here. But like, Gridania is my favorite starting country. Alright, let's go see Limsa. We'll find some dancing cat girls to ogle. Mish Chapstick. Ja, das ist Mish Chapstick. Yono the Kissable. And Coal Storm. A whole storm of coal. And you just are not wearing a shirt, my fair lady Z. I like this guy. Something about him speaks to me. He didn't go with like the muscular here. He's a lowlander. You are not wearing any clothes. Lovable Usanagi. This guy's got cute little horns. What kind of fun hat is that? And I like the heterochromia too. It's always good. Always a good choice. Dreaming worker. Well, keep dreaming. Oh, I do like the hat. Now that is a cool outfit. And then there's this guy. Doesn't look terrible, but like, I don't know. Male auras, just auras? Auras? They just don't seem that attractive to me. Like, I'd rather be a male Rogadin than a male aura. I might even choose Catboy, the new one. What are they called? Hrothgar? Not Hrothgar. I don't know. There's probably 7 H's and a few O's in there. Okay, so eventually I'm going to be an astrologian. So, what do we... It doesn't have to be for me. Is there a way to filter this out? Here, Astrologian. Now, what do these look like? Oh my god. About a holy rainbow shirt. I think I just saw one of those. Arachne robe? That's a decent one. Apologies for the crotch bulge, everybody. What about Vanya? That's kind of nice. Like, the color's terrible, but, like, you could do better. Or you could do worse. Bleh. Just plain robes. That one looked a little more velvety and sick. Shiny? Slick? Okay, the Alligans. What do they wear? Fanciful. Actually, that one looks really good on us. Like, I feel like it wouldn't look good on a lot of people, but on us, yeah, that's a good fit. Dodori. Coliseum shawl. Oh, that's the sexy outfit, isn't it? That also looks good on us. Harlequin's Acton. Gross. Whoop. Moth-eating seneschal coat. Oh, I tried that one. Anyway, I'm mostly just looking for outfits for when we do finally become an astrologian. See, now that's a good look. Like, she's just an NPC, but man, if I had to choose the most attractive race, I would go Femro. That's just me. What? Okay, you shouldn't ogle. Whatever's going on there, it's none of our business. Just potatoes and laps. 42 minutes we've been in this queue. We might need to think of another strategy here. Maybe GG Wazoo knows. Shoot, maybe we do go start gambling. Because at this rate, Like, I have to take the kids to school, and we won't actually get to queue up for this. Here's some people. Nice outfit. Very classy. I like the hands on the hips. Alright, let's see. Well-heeled youth. I think you're the one who's gonna take me to the Golden Saucer. Well-heeled youth on Emerald Avenue. Do be careful with those. Break anything and I shall be forced to deduct it from your salary. Beg pardon? What is my loyal manservant carrying? Why, a not-so-small fortune in prizes, ably won by yours truly in the Golden Saucer. You have heard of the Golden Saucer, nay? Ye gads, man. You might at least try to keep up with the times. It's the Sultanate's newest and finest place of entertainment. Thrilled to the sight of majestic birds roaring down the straits at the chocobo races, pit your wits against your peers at the triple top triad tables. At the Gold Saucer, you can do all this and more. And if you know what you're about, you'll walk out a wealthier man than you entered. If there's a better place to shake off one's cares after a grueling day of promenading, I've never heard of it. Did I mention the female attendants are particularly easy on the eye? Wink, wink, wink. But I dare say you'd discover them for yourself. Yes, I'd wager you're just wondering how, in Thal's good name, you can experience the wonders of the Golden Saucer firsthand. Am I right? Or am I right? Ha! I thought as much. Well, since this has been my lucky day, I don't see why it shouldn't be yours too. I just so happened to have a spare golden airship ticket, you see. Consider it a gift from one eligible young man about town to another. Just show that ticket to a lovely girl in uniform over at the landing, and you'll have a seat on the next airship bound for revelry and riches. Be fairly warned, though. You may expect no mercy from me should our paths cross at the triple triad tables. Nay, not so much as an ons. Well-heeled youth. I'm gonna remember that. Because triple triad is kind of my jam. Alright, where is the fastest way to the Golden Saucer? Will you take me there? Nice. You there. This is the reception desk for flights bound for the Manderville Saucer. Before you proceed, I must ask that you submit your ticket for inspection. You do have a ticket, yes? I sure do. It appears that everything is in order. An airship will be departing shortly before the next bell. Shall I reserve a seat for you? Yeah. Whee! Yeah. If I wasn't recording Final Fantasy XIV, the movie, this would be my home away from home. I don't know what it is, but like I love it here. Like I like the triple triad, I like the chocobo races, I love all the like mindless events. I even learned how to play Mahjong here, just by sheer force. And learning how to play Mahjong without a guide is actually pretty tricky. There's probably a lot of things I still don't actually understand about it, but I can win occasionally. Hello, bunnies. See, and this is where all the fancy dressed people are. Blunderville. That must be the Fall Guys event. Howdy. I'd like a scratcher ticket, please. Welcome, welcome, fair traveler. Care to test your luck with a mini cat pot ticket? Yeah? Splendid, sir. Now allow me to explain. Mini Cactpot is a game of chance available to you thrice a day. Playing is simplicity itself. Just guess the value of the covered numbers to win big. If Nemia's grace is with you, you'll be rewarded with the Manderville Golden Saucer points galore. So, sir, do you feel lucky? Yes. Yada yada yada. Instructions. I get it. I can now purchase tickets. Afraid I lack points to play. I need points. Did I got something from you. What is it? Wow. I got points. Give me the ticket. Come on, come on. Drawing number 4092 of the mini cactpot is here. Care to try your luck with a ticket? Yeah. Rules are simple. First, you select 3 numbers from the 8 hidden on your ticket. Next, you select one of the 8 lines, vertical, horizontal, or diagonal. Okay. Ideally, we want to find 1, 2, and 3. If I remember correctly. And I have found not that. And so the next best is what, incredibly high numbers? I think our... Okay, once you've selected a line, all the numbers are uncovered. Yeah. I think the best bet is probably this one? No? It might be this one. 180. Pretty weak. I don't know if there was a better line. Play again? Yeah. Like, this is just free money. You should do this every single time you come here. 5, 6, what about you? Alright, I've got potential for a big one here. And I got it! I got the $10,000 one. Second try. Yes, another ticket? Okay, so whenever you see a 1, 2, or a 3, you try to, like, verify a line where that could make you $1 billion. Since I found none, it's got to be one of these guys. Oh, and I picked the wrong one. If I did the 987, we would have gotten, like, the second best one. Okay, well, we won. Prize exchange 1. I think you have giant weapons, don't you? The Gigas Axe. Like, that's a good look. Hop on up, kitty. We can actually afford that. Should we get it? Ow. Now, hang on. Do you have more weapons? I don't think you do. Do I want that weapon? Senior Saboteurs Librans. Okay, there's better weapons. Like, I can smack people with a cactus. That seems to be the way to go. And where is the Astrologian weapon? There it is. Are there better? I remember when I was a paladin, I had something, but it was a lot cooler looking than Senior Sabotender. Is it Halicarnarsus? Giant axe? You like giant axes? There's somewhere where I can get more. Gotcha. That guy you just buy things from? Oh, what about you? These might be what I'm looking for. Tarnished Darkness. Oh, that's pretty. More what? More weapons. So, the last time I played, I remember finding cooler weapons. Tarnished Matosphere. Like, I remember having, like, a really cool, aesthetically pleasing paladin weapon that I won from the magic saucer. But I can't really figure out what it was. Like, I remember having something very cool here. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We've been in the queue for 55 minutes, and now it's time for me to take my kids to school. I hate to cut it here, but I've got to get everyone where they need to go. So sorry, maybe it was the Triple Triad Trader? No. Yeah. I feel like there were more prize weapons than the ones I'm seeing. But maybe it was the Sabotender. I don't know. It's been a while. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I had a good time. I have to go now. It seems everybody left while I was in the queue. And that's fine. That makes sense, in fact. Maybe we'll find some way to better get in the queue so that we can complete this quest and do it. Waiting around for an hour was kind of a bummer. Like, I wonder if, like, hopping onto a different server or something is the play. I don't know how this works, but I'll do research and figure it out.